Hi, this is Brent Campbell. Today I'm going to tell you about the 5 common unhealthy foods that you should stop eating, along with why and alternatives that you can have instead. Not realizing these foods are bad for me, I've eaten most of these foods my entire life, and my guess is you have too. It's a shock to realize it, especially now, after having done the homework and learned just how harmful these foods are to our bodies. No wonder we feel terrible much of the time. Thankfully, as I reviewed with you in that last video, healthy food can and should taste great, and it should fill you up and leave you feeling satisfied, giving your body the food that it needs to perform at its best. Now, having said that, let's talk about the 5 worst foods. I had a really hard time narrowing it down to just 5. So I highly encourage you to download the 15 foods you should stop eating, which we'll link to in the video description below. Read the articles referenced in the slides, learn as much as you can from them, because that knowledge will pay dividends for the rest of your life. Today, I'll just focus on the foods we likely eat the most and are likely causing the most damage. We'll also post articles on the Facebook page that will give you more insight into why these foods are so good for you. 1. Sugar. For decades, the sugar industry hid the truth from the public. Sugar, not fat, is the primary cause of heart disease. It's a crazy story. They actually hired a group of Harvard scientists to publish a paper blaming fat instead of sugar for causing heart disease. Don't believe me? Google it. Sugar profoundly negatively affects your lifespan, your health span, your brain, your mood, your teeth, your joints, your skin, your liver, your heart, pancreas, kidneys, and of course your body weight, not to mention your sexual health. Sugar is everywhere. It's in your yogurt, your barbecue sauce, your juice. If you consume processed foods and drinks, it's practically unavoidable. And the artificial sweeteners, they're no better either, just for different reasons, which is part of why experts say to simply avoid processed foods. And I think they're right. And it's definitely not impossible to avoid processed foods. 2. Fried potatoes. They seem so harmless, and they're so delicious. Perfectly crispy French fries are about as good as it gets. I get it, I really do. But the combination of anything fried, which is terrible for you, with white potatoes, which are terrible for you, fried in vegetable oil, which is terrible for you, is like a bomb going off in your body. I bet you didn't know that eating fried foods away from home, where oil tends to get reused, poses the greatest risk. With each reuse, the oil degrades, and more of it gets absorbed into the food, contributing to weight gain, higher cholesterol, and higher blood pressure. That is, if you don't already have heart disease and diabetes. So, skip the fries, make it a special treat once in a while, that's it. 3. Vegetable oil. So it's really that bad? Yes, it's really that bad. You want to avoid processed seed oils like canola, corn, cottonseed, safflower, soybean, and sunflower oil because they contain extremely high levels of omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are very inflammatory and terrible for your body. Looking for specifics? Fair enough. These vegetable oils have been linked to birth defects, cancer, high cholesterol, diabetes, digestive disorders, heart disease, immune system impairment, learning disabilities, liver problems, obesity, reduced growth, sexual dysfunction, skin reactions, and vision reduction, just to name a few. Just use extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil instead. 4. Processed meat. Processed meats like deli cold cuts, hot dogs, sausages, bologna, roast beef, ham, and other cured meats are usually extremely high in sodium, preservatives, you've heard of nitrates, nitrites, and saturated fat. Eating processed meats increases your risk of colon cancer, high blood pressure, both of which lead to heart disease and stroke. So what should you eat instead? Eliminate the sodium and the preservatives, go for the protein, vitamins, and minerals by getting skinless, pasture-raised chicken, roast beef, and pork tenderloin. 5. Refined grains. In foods with refined grains, like white bread, pasta, rice, crackers, and pretzels, the nutrient-rich bran and germ of the wheat have been stripped away. With the fiber, vitamins, and minerals removed, what's left of the grain has a high glycemic index, which means that the sugars get absorbed into your bloodstream fast, and lead to a spike and then a crash in your blood sugar levels. 100% whole wheat bread is the only bread worth eating. If refined wheat is listed in the ingredients, it's just empty carbs and sugars. Also, do your best to eat more whole grains, foods like whole oats, brown rice, and quinoa, where the grain is left intact. Okay, that's it for now. Like I said earlier, you can learn more by downloading the PDF linked in the description below, which details all 15 of the unhealthiest foods that we should stay far away from.